Hello traders, Heikin Ashi trader here and welcome on my YouTube channel. Today I would like to speak about freedom. Trading is freedom for me. It has always been, and yes, being a trader is being or having a free life. And let's talk about this. Let's really talk about this seriously. Well, with a smile. So, I always have wanted to be a free person in my life. Always, since I was a young boy, I wanted to be free. I didn't like school very much. I didn't like to sit in a classroom for hours and hours. And where I lived, it was not only in the forenoon, you had to sit there the whole day. It lasted till 4:30, 5 o'clock. So the whole day sitting in a classroom, listening to somebody. I didn't like that. Honestly, I didn't like school. So I was very happy when school was over for me and when I could go to university. And there you could be a much more free person in university, of course. But then later, when I started to have a life as an adult, and I had to work to make my life, even there I wanted to be free. I didn't want to have a boss. So for me, freedom was being really an independent person, a free person, without any agenda or anybody who is saying to me, Peter, today that's what you have to do, this, and finish this. I didn't want that. I never wanted it, and I did everything to become a free, self-determined person. Everything. I made a lot of sacrifices to not have a boss in my life. Even before I became a trader, I tried. So I even gave up a very well paid job, and a lot of my colleagues said to me, Peter, you're crazy to do this. It's just such a good job and you're well paid. Why are you giving up this job? Of course, they said this to me because they were afraid because of my decision, right? Because this decision showed them that it is possible to say no to this kind of a job, because, of course, this job also had some constraint and some unfree conditions which I didn't want. So I would like to speak about this decision I took. Because if you take a real decision in your life, this is a power. There is always a power behind taking a real decision. And this is exactly the power I needed to become a trader and to become a successful trader. You see, there is a link. There's a link between this energy, the power behind a decision and behind success. Does that mean that I had success immediately? No, of course not. It took me 7 years to become profitable as a trader. And I can assure you that 7 years is really a very long time. Okay? So I had to become really tough. I had to become really strong to keep on. In my experience, freedom and being a free, independent person, it's not for everybody. Not at all. I would even say most people, and the vast majority of people, do not want freedom. Yes, they may say it, but they are not going to do it. Most people want security in their lives, and look at their decisions they're taking. It's all about security, feeling secure. And there's nothing wrong with that. I totally accept this if you need security. But if you want a free life, then the point is, of course, that everything, every decision, you have to do it yourself. There's nobody who is going to say, Peter, you have to do this and that. Because this is the life of most people, where other people are saying, this is your task for today. When you're free, nobody is going to say this to you. You have to decide yourself when you get up in the morning what you're going to do. There's nobody there. There's no boss. There's no system. There is no construction, no team that is going to give you some ideas what to do. So for most people, this is really hard. And it's exactly the same with trading. Nobody is going to tell you what you have to do. There's no structure, there's no organization, there's no system which tells you exactly what to do. And therefore trading is so hard for most people. Because trading is about freedom. Trading is freedom. It's you who are taking the decisions. And it's clear that for most people, this is simply too hard. They cannot manage this. And you have to accept this. So therefore, trading is not for most people. Most people are not able to trade. This is not a judgment. It's simple the way it is. It's the truth. Trading can become very tough. And there's always the possibility that you're going to fail. And I failed many times in my life as a business person, but also as a trader. As I told before, it took me more than 7 years to become profitable, so that's a long time. And it was really, really a tough time because I didn't make any money. I even lost money. And at the end, I had even to ask somebody to give me money in order to be able to trade. Can you imagine that? I would not recommend you to do this. But I paid every penny back to this person. I was able to do it, but it was tough and it was hard to do it. So trading is one of the possibilities for having a free life, no question. It's not the only possibility, no way, but it is one of the good possibilities, I think. If you want to have a free life, if you want to have a life where you are the boss and you determine what to do every day, so it's a nice possibility. But you have to know that trading has a lot to do with discipline, which means you have to be rigid or even severe with yourself. And that's the toughest thing to do. That's the hardest thing to do, to be rigid and severe with yourself. Not many people are able to do this because this discipline thing is linked to the freedom. Because in other ways of life, where you're, for instance, where you're in a company or where you're in an institution where the tasks are coming from the outside, there's a lot to do because there's a lot of stuff going on. But it's always coming from the outside. When you're a trader, it comes from the inside. Yes, you observe things, for instance, on a chart, but you are taking the decision to do something with this market or to do nothing with the market, which is very often the better decision, by the way. So this is much harder. You have to take decisions from the inside, and most people are not able to do this. So think about that. If you want to have a free life, especially if you want to have a free life as a trader, It's not easy, but it's doable, and it's a great life. And before you want it, think first about it. If you really are able, if you really want to have this free life with all the conditions it has. So these are my thoughts about freedom and trading. Maybe it helps you to take this decision. I wish you good luck.